It's Christmas time, which means top 10 movie lists. It's coming up next. Hello, everyone. I'm Scott.
And I'm Chad.
And we are doing a top 10 list of the best Christmas movies of all time.
All time.
Just Christmas.
Throwing them right into your brain.
It's that time of the season. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
So this is how the list breaks down. We did do this scientifically. We took every movie that we could possibly think of and know about and put some numbers to them.
Threw them on there.
And then we compiled our top 10 from that point with allotment.
That's right. Computer calculations were
as scientific as it gets.
In effect.
That's right. So, number 10.
Number 10 on our top 10 Christmas movies of all time is A Nightmare Before Christmas. Fantastic movie.
Well, I didn't like this movie when I first saw it, but I've grown to love it over the years.
It's kind of like Doritos, where you have one and you're like, maybe I shouldn't, but they're so tasty, I should have another. So you keep eating them and they get better and better and better.
Nightmare Before Christmas is a lot like Doritos.
That's right. Number 10.
Number 9 is a classic. It's Mickey's Christmas Carol. If you don't have a Disney movie on here, then you pretty much are not doing justice to
You're probably
Christmas,
not even alive.
Really. No.
But this is one of my favorites because, one, I'm a huge Mickey fan. I love Disney cartoons. This is in the classic animation style.
Yeah.
And it's the, it's a
It's
Christmas
got all your
Carol.
It's got all the best characters in it.
It's got all of them, yeah.
All the great Disney characters.
Yeah, they actually have some cameos. You need to go back and watch it if you haven't seen it.
Number 9.
All right, so number 8 on our scientific list
Scientific.
is a Disney's Christmas Carol, not to be mistaken with the one we just talked about, Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't mistake that.
This one has Jim Carrey in it in his full animated glory.
Yeah.
And it's much in the same vein as Polar Express, right? It's the Christmas Carol
same
storyline.
Zemeckis made film.
And it is a lot of scary, a lot of cool, a lot of action.
Yeah.
And I like watching it.
Yeah, I think you rated this one higher than I did.
Perhaps.
But it's still a good movie. It's a classic tale. What are you going to do?
And it's
Jim Carrey. Exactly. So we have a tie at number 6.
6 and 7.
This one is A Wonderful Life.
A Wonderful Life.
Which to me should be ranked higher. But It's a Wonderful Life is a classic, of course, black and white film. And it's just, every time I see it, it's very emotional.
I have seen this movie several times.
You ranked it very low.
It's a classic, but it doesn't do much for me. I did put it up there. I would certainly rank it in the top 10, but it's okay.
This is, I don't know how that's possible. Classic movie should be higher.
It is a classic. Now coming in at number 6 with that subpar black and white film.
Why do you say, really? Come on.
What? Is A Miracle on 34th Street, which I do enjoy.
I do recall you putting this one pretty low too.
This was right in the middle pack, but it made it up in the top 10. But there are other movies I would rather watch.
Classic movie. This is one that's been remade multiple times.
Yeah.
But the classic, the original, is the best. Always will be. Should always be watched around Christmas, and it should be in the top 3. But that's
science spoke. So,
but number 6 can't really
beat it. No,
that's
not
crap.
Bad.
It's not bad.
It's top 10.
There better be some good ones above it. And thankfully there are. This is Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yes, another classic tale.
And this is the Jim Carrey version.
Yeah, not the animated, right? Not the animated one.
Yeah, Jim Carrey again doing his best physical comedy is second to none.
He is a perfect Grinch.
Perfect.
Absolutely perfect.
And while they are going to be redoing this one will still probably be the classic that everybody watches at Christmas from here on out.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so tied with that classic is another fantastic classic called Scrooged.
Yes.
I love this film. It's got Bill Murray in it, one of his best comedic performances that I've seen. It takes the classic tale and turns it into basically a TV production type environment, and it's fantastic.
If you're keeping track, this is the third Christmas Carol story that's been on the list.
That is true.
If you're keeping track. So apparently this is a winner.
It is a winner. It's a formula
Are there
you
any
can't
more?
screw up.
Is there any more that we should put on there? There's got to be other ones. But Bill Murray, fantastic. I think this is one of his best performances of all time.
It is. Very funny.
So we're finally in the top 3. These are the cream of the crop.
Cream of the crop.
Probably all three of these will be in a top 5 list for everybody.
All three of the
I'm
top
guessing.
5.
But we'll start with number 3, Elf.
Elf.
Which was a Will Ferrell genius comedic performance.
Right.
Jon Favreau directed.
Jon Favreau, you can't go wrong.
It's the smallest big budget film I've ever seen.
But that's not in any way
That's by design.
a dig. They had some really good actors in this as well. They had Peter Dinklage.
Yep.
They also had James Caan.
Yeah.
This is a great film, though. I think everybody's probably got a copy of this in their DVD collection, or they've recorded on their DVR and they're going to be watching it this holiday season.
Yeah, it's a recent classic. Now it's on every Christmas.
And it deserves to be on. Okay. Number 2 is one of our favorites.
Yep.
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. Cousin Eddie
Cousin Eddie, right?
steals the show.
This is a wonderful story that you can pick out people in this movie and say that I know that person. They're in my family.
Yep.
I know that Clark Griswold is definitely my dad or our dad.
We know. I think we relate more with the Eddies of the world.
This is great. It's going to be on television just as much as Elf and all the other great classics, and it should be because you can't go on Christmas without watching Christmas Vacation.
I'll watch this movie any time of the year, not just Christmas.
Good point.
So that brings us to number 1.
Top of the mountain.
Any idea what number 1 could be?
I have a clue.
Christmas Story comes in at number 1. Probably not a surprise.
No.
This is a classic American movie about Christmas.
Yep.
And I
Absolutely.
completely relate to literally everything in that movie.
Yeah, I have kids that are definitely both of those boys in that film.
Yes.
Yeah. But this is a classic you can't deny. This has to be, if it's not number 1, it's number 2.
Yeah.
Which is what Dad used to always tell you.
Well, I suppose.
So I'm wondering if this is a generational thing. Perhaps it's just people our age that think this is absolutely the best movie out there. Definitely defined my childhood, and it still speaks to me every time I watch it.
All right, that's our top 10 list.
That's it.
We would love to hear what you guys think. If you have a different top 10, certainly let us know in the comments below.
I think this is a good, solid top 10 list, one of the best we've done because we use science.
Exactly. As always, you can come check out our top 10 lists that we have on our website at 10reasonswhyshow.com. Again, I'm Scott,
I'm Chad.
and we'll see you next time.
Happy holidays. In fact, it's actually scarier than a Nightmare on Christmas.
A Nightmare Before Christmas?
Right, that one. So let's start that over. I don't want that one to be either. All right, let's start. All right, so number 8.
Yep.
Let's start that again.
Here we go. Take number 7.
Yep. Lots of barking out there.
I don't know why we're going on like this.
Because it's Christmas.